Jahangir. Salim, who was one of the sons of Akbar, ascended the throne in 1605 without any difficulty as all his younger brothers died during the reign of Akbar, and after becoming the emperor he assumed the title of Jahangir, meaning holder of the world. He promulgated means introduced 12 new rules, among which the major ones were to make arrangements for the safety of highways, and abolition of cesses means to put an end on some kinds of taxes there. Then he prohibited sale of intoxicating drinks means he put an end on the sale of intoxicating drinks, and no property can be seized or captured forcefully, and he put an end on the slaughter of animals means killing of animals, especially cows, on some certain days. He married Mehrunissa in 1611 and renamed her first as Noor Mahal and then as Noor Jahan, meaning light of the world. She wanted her son-in-law Prince Shahryar to be the next emperor after Jahangir. Then in 1615, Jahangir put an end to the conflict with Mewar that had continued for nearly 4 decades from the reign of Akbar onwards. In 1616, Prince Khurram, who was the third son of Jahangir, he conquered Ahmednagar fort, which was lost to the Mughals in 1610, and for conquering Ahmednagar fort, he was given the title of Shahjahan, means king of the world, who later on became the next successor of after Jahangir. Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan ascended the throne in 1628 at Agra. He modeled the imperial court, means he brought about some changes in the imperial court and added the exquisite peacock throne and the Kohinoor diamond to its magnificence. But in 1657, Shah Jahan fell seriously ill, and a war of succession broke out among his 4 sons, namely Dara, who was the higher designate or higher apparent, means who was at the first position to become the next successor. successor. Then Suja, who was the governor of Bengal, Odisha, and Bihar. Then his third son, Aurangzeb, who was the governor of the Deccan provinces, and his fourth son, Murad, who was governor of Gujarat and Multan. Then Suja began to march towards Agra, where he was defeated by Dara. Then Dara was defeated by the combined forces of Aurangzeb and Murad. Then finally, Aurangzeb imprisoned his father Shah Jahan and his brother Murad, and he declared himself as the emperor of India. Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb ruled for almost 50 years, and his empire extended from Kashmir in the north to river Kaveri in the south, and from Kabul in the west to Chittagong in the east. In this way, the most of the whole of the Indian subcontinent was under the control of Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb was an orthodox Sunni Muslim. Orthodox means who firmly believes in the theologies of his religion, and the Muslim clergy used to call him Zinda Peer, which means a living saint. But he reversed most of the policies of religious tolerance of Akbar, and in this way, in 1669, he forbade the building of new temples and he reimposed the jizya tax on Hindus. In this way, people all around his kingdom revolted against him, and he spent the last days of his reign in suppressing these rebellions. In 1669, the Jats of Mathura under Gokula, the Zamindar of Tirupat, revolted against Aurangzeb, and in 1672 the Satnamis also revolted against him. Aurangzeb's relations with the Sikhs were also not good, as his religious policy created discontent among the Sikhs also, and Guru Tegh Bahadur was captured and beheaded for not accepting Islam. Then the Mughal army attacked at the fort of Anandpur in 1704, and where Guru Gobind Singh fought heroically and survived, and he defeated the Mughal army in many battles, but his two sons, Zorawar Singh and Fateh Singh, however, were captured and bricked up alive for not accepting Islam. Then Aurangzeb's relation with Rajputs also became sour as he did not allow Jaswant Singh's son to inherit the throne of Marwar in 1678 after his death. As a result, the Rajput rulers of Marwar and Mewar they joined hands to fight against Aurangzeb. Later on, Aurangzeb tried to patch up with the quarrels with the Rajputs there. Then Aurangzeb's greatest challenge was from the sides of the Marathas under Shivaji, who were becoming powerful day by day, and Shivaji captured important forts like Torna, Chakan, and Purandar. In 1674, he was crowned as an independent king and he was given the title of Chhatrapati and Devraj. He took a pledge to protect the Brahmins and cows and to protect the Dharma. He died in 1680. After fighting so many battles, Aurangzeb did not stop and he annexed Bijapur in 1686 and Golconda in 1687 in the Deccan. And he was in military wars in the Deccan for almost 25 years. And finally, he died in 1707. Mughal administration. The administrative system of the Mughals was partly designed on the pattern of Persian and Egyptian monarchs and partly it was based on Indian traditions. The administration was mainly the work of Akbar and the administrative machinery developed by Akbar was maintained under Jahangir and Shah Jahan. The monarch. Akbar believed in the centralized autocracy of the Mughal Empire. In other words, the king's power were unlimited. The king was the head of the government, the commander of the armed forces, the fountain of justice means the final court of justice, and the chief legislator. But Mughal rulers like Akbar did not wish to base their powers on the basis of sword. They used to consult their ministers, and although in some matters it was on the will of the monarch to accept the advice or not, they were also felt bound to obey the religious scriptures as well as Indian traditions to rule firmly. But Aurangzeb lacked the qualities needed for a successful ruler of India. Now, some other positions held by the chief officers of the states. The highest position below the emperor was held by the Wazir, but the exchequer means the finance department was in the hands of the Diwan. The other important positions were the military pay and accounts office that was held by Mir Bakshi, the imperial household department held by Khane Saman, the judiciary was under the chief Qazi, the other officers were Darogai Topkhana, who was the head of the artillery, means the weapons department, the Daroga of the Mint, and Mir Urs, who was the officer in charge of petitions, which was seeking favor of the monarch. Mansabdari system. Akbar created an imperial service based on merit and graded it according to military rank, and this system was called as Mansabdari system. The lowest rank was 10 and the highest rank was 5,000 for nobles. The rank for the princes highest was ranging from 7,000 to 10,000. The Mansabdars were directly appointed by the emperor and were paid in cash, not in land grants. Mansabdars had to maintain out of his salary a required quota of horses, elephants, mules, and carts. The Mansabdar acted both as military commanders and civil administrators, and the status was not hereditary. But under the later Mughals, the system started losing its efficiency, and the gap between the rank held by an officer and the number of troops maintained by him very much widened, means there was a big gap between the rank and the number of troops maintained by a particular Mansabdar. So in this way, the Mansabdari system started losing its effect under the later Mughals. And revenue system. Land revenue reforms were introduced in 1580 when Todamal became the Diwan-e Ashraf. The land revenue was the main source of revenue, means the main source of income for the government. Land revenue was assessed, means decided on the basis of productivity of the soil, means a very fertile soil, high revenues were there. If the soil was less fertile, then lesser amount of revenue was charged. The state share was fixed as one-third of the total land produced. The army and the navy. The army consisted of infantry, means soldiers on foot, cavalry, means soldiers on horses, artillery, means weapons, navy, and war elephants. The artillery consisted of two sections, heavy guns and light artillery. Heavy guns were used for assaulting, means destroying forts, and navy was used for the suppression of piracy as well as for war. The development of flint guns made infantry more powerful. Then one important factor of the Mughal army was that the army looked like a moving city with a portion of harem. Harem means wives of the nobles and chief officers, attendants, musicians, and the soldiers who used to move from place to place during a war. All these things during a war created indiscipline in the Mughal army. Law and justice. The chief Qazi was the principal judicial official. He used to nominate Qazis for the provinces, and the justice was administered, means managed, by Qazis, Muftis, and Mir Adils. The Muftis, they used to act as an advocate, and Mir Adil, they used to announce the judgment given. Fines were imposed and severe punishment like amputation, means cutting off hands or legs, were given without any reference to the emperor, but death penalty required emperor's sanction. Emperor's court was the final court of justice. The provinces and smaller units of administration. The Mughal Empire was divided into provinces called Subas. In present day term, we can correspond it to states. Akbar divided the whole empire into 12 provinces. Later on, it increased to 20. The important provinces were under the princes of the royal blood. The provincial governor called Subedar or Sipesalar, who was the commander-in-chief, was at the head of the civil and military administration. The Subas were further divided into Sarkars and Parganas, which corresponds to the modern-day districts or tehsils.